So we go way back. I did tell you I'm never going to make you do the standard deviation tables from chapter 2. Remember those? Maybe? Okay. So let's kind of do this in the way that makes sense. The real first equations we saw were from chapter 3. We got the probability formulas. Yeah. All right, that could be either way. I don't know if you guys remember that. Then we got the little given dude. How do I remember all this stuff? Because I know the ideas. So I don't memorize this shit. I just write what makes sense. That's chapter 3. That's probability. Then we got into the probability distribution stuff, where I have to give you x and p of x. That's like the stuff like this. So this was the, if I give you a table x p of x, right? It kind of makes sense. If you see a table x p of x and I'm asking you to calculate mean and standard deviation stuff, it's like, well, those have x and p of x in them. So that's probably a good idea. These, what are these for? These last three. Anybody remember? What are the probabilities in those? What are the symbols? Say again? Binomial. P and Q, binomial, 2 possible outcomes, success, failure. I like it. All right, no shades of gray for this guy. It's all success or failure. Ah. So that's chapter 4. Chapter 5 was uniform. No formulas there. Just got to know how to make a rectangle and then get areas of rectangles. And then, of course, we get to chapter 6, the bedrock, the heart of this course, because that's where we first learn normal distribution stuff. Oh, gotcha. Got it. Did you guys see that green all right? Should I go back to blue? I don't know. This is too many colors. Shouldn't even try. All right, that's old school stuff. That's chapter 6. And that's actually chapter 7. Although I think chapter 7 is where central limit theorem came in. Central limit theorem is where I have to change the standard deviation, because then we have a distribution of means. Okay, I like it. I'm getting all that stuff. All you people at home, when The Price is Right is over, you can watch this. Let's see. What's up?
Does that say n minus t or x at the bottom in the red, the second one, or for n minus x?
N minus x, yeah. This many successes, so the rest, total minus x is the failures. And again, remember, the funny thing about formulas is they almost have to make it seem worse than it is, because their job is to be true for every situation. So constructing this formula is much easier than it looks. if I had 10 people and 2 successes, then there's freaking 8 failures. I mean, I don't even have a formula for that. I know it's the rest. I guess I try to get you guys to realize that. It's something you don't normally hear in mathematics. But it's true. There's formulas for everything, and then there's specific things that work quicker for different situations. Let's see. That's chapter 6. Then we get into chapter 7. I'm sorry. That's chapter 6 and 7. Here's chapter 8. Good old confidence intervals. You know my writing sucks, but I think that's a pretty good day for me, writing-wise. It's pretty good for me. Why is it so hot? All right. So you have the 3 confidence interval formulas. These formulas constitute huge notes, right? When do we use the t-score?
We only know S.
Yeah, when it's normal and I only know S. I'm allowed to use the z-score if it's normal and I know sigma. I mean, the formulas tell you. Does a p-hat ever get a t-score? Do you ever use a t for a p problem? No, there's no freaking option for it. You guys, I want you to see. I'm not going to let you write notes, but I can't help but let you write notes because the formulas are notes, if you let them be. What do you have to check though for an NPQ problem to make sure it's normal enough?
It has to be greater than 5.
What? You say it. That's not n. No.
Or
N times P?
And
And n times q. Kick ass. Oh, well, somewhere there's more. Too bad. It is kind of warm now, isn't it? Or is it just me?
Just me, all right. It's always run hot.
All right. And then we get our favorite chapter ever. All right, chapter 9, hypothesis testing. Yes. More steps, please, Jeff. 5 is not enough. So we get the same old stuff here, really. I'm going to put a star on it. If you like it, no star. Same thing, really, right? Just star for, you know. And then if you want to, T star is the same shit, except there's an S down there, so there's an S over here. Nice analogy there. So T's are really Z's. They're just bigger Z's, right? Just bigger values of Z's. Oh yeah, you got this guy. All right, we stole this guy's standard deviation and used it. We don't need the hats because we assume we know P. Yeah. And then we get chapter 12, of course, is all in the calculator, correlation stuff, no formulas. And then chapter 11, you got this bad boy here. Chumbawamba. All right. Okay. Anything else? If you did the chapter 10 bonus section, you could put that formula up here. on your sheet. That's fine. What else? Anything else that oh, there is something I forgot. Let's see, how should I put this? Right here. Remember that guy? Nah, I'll write it down though. All right, so when you know, like I want the 50th percent, the 80th percentile of something, so you find the z-score and then you got to change it back to an x. That's the backwards one. So this takes an x and makes it a z, this takes a z and makes it an x. They're the same formula, just rewritten. Okay. Anything else? Anybody got suggestions? Yes, there will be, but they will be final exam extra credit questions. Oh, no, they'll be at the same level. Okay, seems like enough formulas. Nothing else. All right. That's it. That's the only one we did. I did talk about the other main chi-square formula, and there's more beyond that, of course, but we just didn't have time to do problems like that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys exactly which section out of 11 to worry about, because we only did one thing. So I'm just going to make you do section 11.2. That's the only thing you have to do for homework in chapter 11. Is the goodness of fit that we talked about. Everybody got that?
Oh, okay, not 11.
There you go. So only 11.2. Okay. All right. So now it's wide open. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll how many people don't have a copy of the practice final? A couple people, all right. Practice final copy? Do you have a copy of the practice final? All right. Oh, Nikki, did I get your stuff back? Okay. Let me run back to the office, get a couple of practice finals. You guys get ready with whatever questions you want to talk about, or